What's going on, everybody? Tony here. Lisa is here. And we were in the car, obviously, driving to go look at a car. Because Lisa badly needs a new car. Right now, we are in her hunk of junk. A 2008, I think, HHR. 2007 HHR. So, terribly needs a new car.
It sounds like there's a lawnmower running.
I bought a new car for myself. So now it's Lisa's turn. So we're gonna go to a dealership in Orlando here. So it's a bit of a drive, and we're gonna go test out some cars. So you're gonna come with us. So leave all your comments down below of each car that we test out and see which ones are your favorite, and hopefully maybe we'll drive away today with a new car.
A different car.
Yes. Now I do have some rules because we are not buying like a brand new 2021. We just can't afford it, so we gotta get a used car. So I do have a rule of thumb, a couple rules. Car cannot be more than 5 years old. So we're looking at 2016 to 2020, I would imagine.
I prefer not to get a 2016 just because it's right at that cusp.
It is at the cusp, but
however, I would take a 2016 if we find one that we like.
And the mileage
and everything else is, you know, good for it. So.
And the mileage
is another thing.
Obviously, it's big. We're looking under 50,000 miles. That's what we're looking for, and we have a budget. I have a budget in mind. I'm not going to tell you my budget, but I have a budget. Everybody does. All right, we picked out a total of four cars we're going to check out. First one that's going to be pulled up here is a 2019 Toyota Yaris with, I believe, 25 or 27,000 miles on it. So we're gonna test that, see how that one works in. Car number one. We just got done driving the Toyota Yaris. How did you feel about it overall?
I liked it. It was nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth?
Yeah.
It felt like a smooth drive. However, suspension lacked a little bit because every time she hit a bump, you could feel it. And the acceleration, a little lackluster, but it wasn't the worst in the world. So next up, we are going to try out the 2017 Volkswagen Passat. I think with 45,000 miles. So we are not moving forward to even test driving the Volkswagen. There was a couple damaged spots on it. Like the rims are pretty scuffed up, which isn't the end of the world, but when I sat in the back seat, I noticed there was interior damage. And I mean, like, the leather was ripped up on the inside of the doors. And I'm like, if you're gonna shell out this money, I don't wanna have like a damaged looking car in the front. So we both decided, Lisa and I, not to even test drive it, which is a shame because I'm very biased to Volkswagens. I love Volkswagen cars. I have one. I love the Passats, but if you're gonna dish out, I think they wanted $12,000 for that car. Nah. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna be checking out a 2016 Mazda 3 with, I think, 40,000 miles. And then we're gonna test out this.
Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
5,000.
2018 Nissan Sentra as well with 45,000 miles. So we're gonna get the keys to these two cars, the Mazda and the Nissan, and we'll see what happens. We're going to pass on the Nissan. It was a very uncomfortable ride. The seats were just so uncomfortable. And when you get a car, you want to feel as comfortable as possible. Like, we take a lot of long drives.
Wow, look at that.
And I want to be comfortable.
Station is down here.
Yeah, same as the Yaris does that too. Everything was on the center console to change, like radio stations and whatnot. So we're currently sitting in the 2016 Mazda 3. Has, I think, would you say 40,000? 31,000? 31,000 miles, I think.
What?
This car?
This car's 31,000.
31,000. 2016, now this is on that cusp of that 5-year that I said that I like to keep it through. But I owned a Mazda before. I bought my Mazda brand new in 2008. I was the only owner, and I put that thing in the ground for 12 years, and I never had a single problem with the Mazda. So already we're sitting in it. I feel the seats are a little comfortable, more comfortable than the Nissan, so far that's okay. So the Mazda, she really likes. I really like the Mazda too. So it's coming down between the Mazda and the Yaris, the Toyota.
I like the Yaris better.
There's pros and cons to this.
Yeah, so I said the Mazda, I feel like it drives smoother.
A little better.
A little better. A tiny bit better gas mileage. But the Yaris is a little bit spacier.
It's newer, so it has better safety features.
Yeah, and less mileage, so it potentially could last me longer.
Yeah. I think we have a decision here. This is where the struggle is, because when you're buying a car, you guys know the struggle is always real, because you're putting out all this money for something that you hope that's going to last you for quite some time. So it's the Mazda or the Toyota.
I think I'm leaning towards the Toyota. What are your thoughts on the Toyota?
I gotta go off camera. Lisa went with the Toyota Yaris. It's here in the garage now. So we finally both got newish cars. Lisa with the Toyota, me with the Volkswagen Jetta. Now, the Yaris I know some people might say, oh, a Yaris, would you have chosen that over, you know, the Mazda or, you know, some of the other cars that we tested? It is true, the car doesn't have a lot of pep to it, right? It really doesn't. The car is, I think it's a 1.6 liter, I want to say. Nothing crazy. And the design of it, it's nothing sporty, it's pretty basic, it's standard. But Lisa is everybody's preference is different. Lisa's is very simplistic, which is fine. Because she doesn't, you know, looking for something that looks, you know, like sporty, you know, or anything like that. She doesn't need something with a lot of pep. You know what I mean? She wants a car that is good for gas mileage, good, you know, with safety features, and just all around get you from point A to point B. And that's exactly what this car is. So it is a great car in that sense. Like I said, it gets 30 miles per gallon in the city and 40 to 41 on the highway, which is quite good, you know? So this is what she went with, you know what I mean? Now, when I drove it for the first time, I was like, it's kind of like a boring drive. But then again, I'm used to driving the Jetta, which has a turbo, which is a very, very fun car to drive. It has a lot of pep, especially right when you hit that third gear. It wants to take off and go. You know what I mean? And my car gets 38 miles per gallon on the highway. But this car, you know, it's got a little pep, not much, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's a little lackluster, but like I said, it's the preference. Like my preference, I like fast, you know what I mean? Her preference, she doesn't need that. So, she went with the Toyota. I'm gonna be awkward and film you while you were eating. What were you eating? Fake chicky nuggies?
Yeah.
How do you like your new car?
It's good.
It's good, you like it?
Yeah.
Drives smooth? Comfortable? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Practical Jokers is on right there.
I can't bother. She's watching Impractical Jokers. So, vlog finito.